Hello, Math 8 students. I'd like to show you around the Canvas course that I've created for this class. So when you're first coming to Canvas, you need to go to the Sierra College website, www.sierracollege.edu, and then up in the upper right, you'll see the Canvas link. And then you can see that I have made myself a link on my browser that goes directly to Canvas, so I don't have to do that extra click. Then use your same username and password as for my Sierra and log in. And you'll see that the Canvas front page looks a little different also. So don't be surprised that my Sierra looks different, Canvas looks different, the college website looks different, my math lab looks different. Everything looks a little different this spring. Most of it works the same once you get into it. So on your class list, you'll have all your classes where your teachers have published the Canvas course. And this is Fall 16, Math 8. So you click there and that will take you into the course. So when you get into the course, I've created two announcements for you that are welcome. One is a video and one is just writing for you to read. So this is the video welcome. And then you'll see it says assignments, but I won't be giving you any assignments in Canvas. I'll just be using it to record grades. All your scores will be in my math lab. So the roll call attendance will show up here, but it won't actually have any weight in the grading. I will look at it when I go to assign participation scores, but that's the only thing that's going to be in this assignments area, and it's nothing that you have to do. So then the grades page, all that will be there is the attendance, because I'm going to be putting all the grades in my math lab. So you won't be able to tell what your grade is here. You'll have to go look in my math lab. So then I click up here back to the course to go back to the home page. And I left the people button activated. And this is the way you can contact your classmates through Canvas. So if you met Madison today and you want to contact her, you can click here, and if she puts a picture in here, you'd be able to see what she looks like, and you can send her a message. So the cool thing about that is you don't have to know the phone number or email or any personal information about the person to be able to send them a message through Canvas. So that's pretty great if you want to set up study groups or share phone numbers so you can text each other. So that's a pretty great feature. And then I have the files button activated, and this is where I'll put any kind of paperwork that has to do with the class. I'll put it here so you can get it. So if I give a handout out in class, I put it also here so that you can have it. The course documents that I'll be sending to you are here. The welcome letter, the textbook homework, the schedule and syllabus, those are all here. I'll put exam solutions and quiz solutions here. And then the notes are here. And I'll talk more about the notes in just a minute. So these are the notes for the class, and these are the filled in notes that have everything already done. But I felt like that was a little too static, and so I'm recreating them with more fill-in blanks, and that's the thing that you'll be able to buy at the bookstore. So I'll go through that in just a few minutes. So the syllabus, this just would show assignments, and really all that's on here now is the final exam, so that's not the most useful page. Attendance, I will be using my Canvas for attendance, so you'll be able to see what your attendance is like as we go along, and I'll be sending you emails if your attendance becomes a problem. The starfish system I'm a big fan of, and so I will be using it to send you kudos, which are hooray for you, and I also will be using it if your attendance becomes a problem or if I'm concerned about your academic progress. I always talk to you first, but if I don't feel like I'm being able to help you as much as you need, then I will do a flag in Starfish, because then I get counseling people to help me try and help you. One of my favorite buttons is tutor.com online tutoring. Here's where you can go to get free online tutoring. Apparently I've used up all my tutor time. I didn't have any, but you should have 8 hours of free tutoring time. It might even be more. So come here and look. And this is for all of your classes that tutor.com has a resource for. And it's a live person doing a live real-time chat with you. And so students have told me only takes a few minutes to get some help, and it's 24/7. So that is the really awesome part of it. Is at 2 in the morning, I'm not going to be answering your emails, but tutor.com will chat with you and work with you and help you get unstuck. So please don't get stuck on off hours and get frustrated. Try this tutor.com and let me know what you think. So that's what's going to be available in the Canvas course. And I'll be going through all the documents here with you. I don't like to read the syllabus in the class on the first day. I find that really boring. So I'm going to do it here and expect you to learn the syllabus, and there will be a syllabus quiz at some point. So the welcome letter I'll be sending to you, so you'll be able to read that. The homework document is all of the textbook homework problems that I'm going to be expecting you to do. And you will see in my math lab that there's a place that prompts you to remind you to do these textbook homework problems. And it just says, have you done the homework from the textbook? And then I also will check these off during class and will put your actual score in. So when you answer, yes, I've done the assignment, you get 1 point, which doesn't really make any difference. And then when I look at the assignment, I will give you the full 10 points for a homework assignment. So these count just as much as the My Math Lab homework assignments. So that document's in here. The schedule is in here. So this is always my dream, the schedule that I would love to stick with throughout the semester. And so it shows when the exams are, it shows when the holidays are, when you need to withdraw if you don't want the class to be on your transcript at all. That would be Monday, September 5th. And Tuesday, November 1st is the last day to withdraw, and you will get a W, but you won't get a letter grade. So this shows what we're planning to work on that day in class. So Wednesday the 24th, I'm planning to do section 2.1. Friday the 26th, I'm planning to do section 2.2. Well, in my math lab, you'll see that there are pre-quizzes now. That's a new feature that I've added. And I want you to look at the material before the class begins and actually work on your notes and fill in the blanks and come prepared. So that's going to be something that's kind of new if you've been in my class before. It's an experiment I'm trying. So after a few weeks, I'll be checking in with you and seeing what you think about that idea. So then the syllabus is also here. I love the little panda on the unicycle. Favorite thing about Canvas. So here's the syllabus. All kinds of useful information here. My contact information, phone numbers, email addresses. Here's the ISBN number for the textbook. The welcome letter that I send you will have all the information you need about the textbook that you need to buy. There's also notes. It's called a course pack at the bookstore that's required, and you'll see it if you look at their website. Note that you have to Google Sierra College Bookstore to find the bookstore now. It doesn't have a link on the website. You will need a calculator. A scientific calculator is fine. A graphing calculator, in fact, will not be allowed on any exams or quizzes. So if you don't already have a scientific calculator, you need to get one. They're about $20 for a TI-30. That's perfectly adequate. This is contact information for the division office, my dean. I'll get the course website updated by the end of the week. Classes from 9:30 to 10:45, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we'll have lots of quizzes on Fridays to encourage you to attend. That's not an optional day. I don't have a lot of office hours. I'm doing some special projects. So Wednesday after class from 11 to noon, but that will be an online office hour, so I'll be available online. And then Friday before class, since we have a lot of quizzes on Fridays, from 9 to 9:30. Other times by appointment. I may not be on campus Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I live close by, so I'm happy to come and have an appointment with you if that's more convenient for you. Please note that if you do accumulate 8 hours of absence, I may drop you for non-attendance. I'll always warn you first. If you're thinking about withdrawing, I always appreciate it if you talk to me first, because sometimes I think students get discouraged and think they're doing worse than they are. So here's the new thing I was talking about, class preparation. I expect you to watch the movie for the day's lesson and look at the filled in notes on the website and come to class with the blanks in your notes filled in. I'll be checking this each day, and you'll get a score of either 1, a half, or 0. And these will be counting towards your participation. I want to spend as little time as possible in class on lecture, so I really want you to come prepared. There'll be 3 exams in class, and I've decided to try something different, and I'm going to weight them differently from each other. So the first exam will be 7% of your grade, the second exam will be 14% of your grade, and the third exam will be 21% of your grade. So my thinking is that the first exam is usually when you're the most nervous, you know the least about my testing style and my expectations and how I grade, so that one will be weighted lighter. And then as you get more familiar with my expectations and my teaching style and my grading style, then the weight will go up on each exam. And then the final exam will be 28% of your grade. So the final exam's on the Wednesday and Friday. It'll be in 2 parts on the last week of the semester, and you can't pass the class without taking the final exam. Homework is only 5% of your grade, since I don't really have any way of controlling who's actually doing your homework and whether or not you're using any kind of help. So I do want you to do it, and so I make it worth 5%. You have to have my math lab for doing the homework. You also need a textbook, so when you buy my math lab, the textbook's in it, so then it's optional of whether you want a separate textbook. When you buy it from the bookstore, you get a paper cover textbook for only about $20 more than just the access to my math lab. So that's my preference, that you buy the bundle from the bookstore. You can work on homework after the due date for 75% credit. So I'd encourage you to get it done on time so you get full credit, but you can still work on it and get 75% credit after the due date. There's going to be about 38 pre-quizzes that are meant to be taken before class. So I'm really asking you to push the prep work to before class so we can spend more time in class working on problems and answering questions. So that's my goal this semester. All of the pre-quizzes together will count as a single quiz. So then there'll be about 12 homework quizzes based on homework problems that are worth 15% of your grade. And they'll be either in class, take home, online, or some combination of those. And I'll always post the solutions to written quizzes on the website. And each homework assignment has a mini quiz that is meant to come right after it, so you can test yourself and see if you've really mastered the material before you move on. Trigonometry is especially crucial to get each step fully learned so that you can move on and be successful in the next step. Each section counts on you knowing the previous sections. They don't stand alone. So there are practice mini quizzes towards the bottom of the list of assignments. So I'd encourage you to use those over and over again, even after the mini quiz is due. So they might be a good way to study for exams even. So only the best score on the graded mini quiz will count towards your grade. And quizzes online turn off at the due date and time, and they can't be worked on after that. So even if it says you had 2 hours, but you started 1 hour before the due date, it will turn off at the due date. And I don't do makeup quizzes. I don't count all of them. So I take the 12 best quizzes, but there'll be about 14 quizzes. So that's how I deal with missing quizzes. You will have 2 that won't count, and so those will be the ones you miss if you miss any. Participation is 5% of your grade. So that's based on being present and participating. And hopefully everybody will get all that 5%. Then I do letter grades in the very traditional way. 90 to 100 is an A, and so on. And scores will be all posted in my math lab. So that's where you're going to look and check and make sure I recorded your scores correctly. And this is just a note that when I give back graded exams, if you leave the classroom with the exam, the score will not be changed. If you have any questions or want to discuss the grading or scoring, you need to do it with me before you leave the room, or leave the exam with me and meet with me at a later time. I really want to help. If you have any kind of a disability, then I can help accommodate. So that's what this says, and it talks about the Math Center. So you should plan to spend lots of time in the Math Center, making study groups and working together. It's a great way to learn trig. And then the rest of this information is just very basic, probably the same for every class you're in, so I don't really want to take time to go through it. So that's the syllabus and the other course documents. So hopefully you feel ready to go now.